Rising Soul Tribe, Tracy here with Sweet Spot e-magazine. Thank you so very much for the likes, the shares, views, subscribes, comments, donations, everything. I appreciate it all. We're going to ring this bell. We're going to clear out the energy, and then we'll see what the message the Spirit has for us this morning. Sasha's right here. I had a download this morning. Someone was standing up for you, and they told you just sit there. You're fine. Just calm down. Like they were standing up and they were patting you on your shoulder. And they said you are receiving your inheritance back with interest. You're not even interested in accepting this sloppy apology or these new lies. Let's see what the message is. Bottom of the deck, body. Somebody thinks that, they were so worried about how they looked or what other people thought of them, how they appeared, how they came across. And this is somebody who always tried to have control over you. They tried to have people say, look at me, and like you didn't measure up. But now it's the same person that's being haunted. They're being haunted because everybody knows what's going on. They're smart enough to figure this stuff out because, time and time again, this person has been a snake, not just to you, but to others. Hey, Beatrice, how's Philly? See, something about your hospitality or the way that you are, your good heart. You're a kind person. You try to make others feel welcome, feel, safe, like they belong. You always try to include people into the fold. And you were always very optimistic. Somebody felt like they were impressed with that. Hey, J Mike, they didn't like that. They tried to act like it was no big deal. Like whatever you did, yeah, well, we could just take it or leave it. And they acted like, no matter how they treated you, like you would still be there. You ain't going nowhere. You gonna be right here. And as horrible as this person treated you, they were doing you wrong, and the whole time you were innocent. Somebody felt the need that they could be a wise guy and perform in front of, others, whether it was their friends, family, co-workers, whoever. They felt like, watch this. Like, somebody like, oh, you don't think I could get the rise out of them? You don't think I could do them dirty? Hold my beer. That type of person. But see, people are looking at that person now, and they're looking at which direction now that person's compass was, and they know that it was not, they weren't going towards the north. They weren't going up. There's something about how people perceive this person. It's changed. Their perception has changed greatly. It's very important to know that, and Spirit wants you to know that this home, this is your inheritance. This is very important that you are going to receive your inheritance back. Because it's like you were committed. You were committed to doing the right thing for those people that you were committed to, that you were connected to. and you are going to receive your justice. God loves you, and and God understands you. God has this forgiveness for you. Maybe you at one time, maybe you drank to cope, or you smoked weed to cope, or whatever, but that was your coping mechanism, and God understands that, and God wants you to know you're okay, because I feel like you woke up from having that need to have that vice, just to be able to cope with whatever is going on in your life, or whatever was going on in your life. Something about these kindred spirits, and I feel like these are those that you were, those spirits that you were connected to, that have already passed on. They're looking at you, and they see you as perfection. They're so happy about you. They're so happy because you took these steps to heal your life. You took these steps to be the person that they expected someone else to be in your life. Like, let's just say, for an example, you had an abusive mother or an abusive father. You took those steps to mother or father yourself, instead of continuing to go down that slippery slope, expecting or wanting someone else to give you the love, the guidance, the acceptance, the support that you needed. You turned that inward, and you gave it to yourself. You had to change. And like I said, you changed whatever vices it was that you were using to cope. It was a coping mechanism. And it was only so that you could try to forget about how this player was. But your ancestors, your spirit team, they're not forgetting. They are remembering. They're remembering everything, each and every infraction. And now they sent a message to you. They've come to visit you, whether it was in your waking state or your sleeping state. Hi, Keisha, how are you? They have come to deliver a message, an important message to you. You know, you were the one, you were the driving force to end like some type of generational curse, some type of scapegoating, some type of targeting. You were the driving force. Like I said, it was you deciding that, you know what, you had to care for yourself. Hey, C-Bones. You had to direct all of that negativity that someone was sending to you. Negativity, persecution, belittlement, gossiping about you, lying on your name and your good reputation. You took all of that. You took it all. You gathered all of it. And you started crunching, creating this big ball. And after all of that negativity was within your grasp, your power, you transmuted it. And then you just let it go like love. I just got chills. It was not easy. This was difficult, to say the least. But your ancestors are so thankful, because you did something even they could not do. This is something that your passed over loved ones, they have been, there was always that one that they singled out. And it was that one in each generation. They couldn't do it, but you did. You have. This is why your inheritance is being returned to you tenfold with interest. Because you know what? You were definitely giving of yourself. Now somebody is getting the attention that they deserve as they learn this valuable lesson being provided by you, this teacher, a master teacher. This entire tribe, whether it's a family, hey Shaylin, whether it's the friend group, whatever it is, everybody has a different perspective of you now. They know that you did not just rise to the occasion. You did not just do something that no one else could do before, but you survived all of this abuse that everyone decided that you deserved. You survived the abuse. See, this group wanted you to martyr yourself, like take it, like you felt like you deserved it, but you knew you didn't deserve this because there was nothing that you had done. These people were riding on the coattails of a lie from somebody who actually feared you and still does. They fear you. Hey, Crystal Healing. Hey, the Soul Archetype. You know, this person, they didn't measure up to you, and they know this. But more importantly, they know what you were placed here to do. And they wanted to stop you at all costs. This is why they had to have others gang up against you. This is why. Because they weren't strong enough to do it themselves. They were not strong enough to take you down. Had it been an even fight, one imano, or uno imano, or a one-on-one, they would have lost long time ago. But see, you were always trying to be a blessing to others because you knew what it felt like to not have, to be talked about, to be lied upon, to be excluded. You knew what it to be ignored, to be shunned, to be cast out, to be ridiculed. You knew what all of that felt like. And so you did not want to do that to anyone else. But so this person knew if they didn't gather the troops, they wouldn't have actually been able to do this to you, but they did. And you still came out on top. You still won against this entire group. Hey, 13 Truth Speaks. How are you? Hello, Melissa. Yes, you are definitely in your life's purpose. This is what you're placed here to do. Even whenever this person was not even around you, when they were at a different location, they still would make calls to other people to get them to try and compete with you. They would whisper in somebody's ear, even if you were, let's just say that you had arrived at a party with somebody, and one of their flying monkeys, one of their little devils was there at that same party. This is the type of person that will go to the devil and say, hey, why don't you flirt with them? It'd be funny. It'd be funny. Flirt with them. And so that little devil will come over and flirt with who you were there with, just to get that laugh, just to see that reaction, just to make it so that your heart hurt, just for everybody to look and point and laugh at you. But you know what? Let me here to tell you, God said, enough of your bullshit. God said, I am casting you down to the greatest depths of hell. This is why any sorry apology that this lousy motherfucker want to bring your way, ixnay to the pound fritz. No cheese on my fries, please. I don't want it. I don't need it because I don't believe it. Hey, Jesky. This person threw dirt on your name because this person did not ever want to see you shine. They never wanted to see you shine. They never wanted to give you your flowers. They didn't want anyone to know that they were the devil and you were here to take them out. This person played in the dark arts, and you could tell by the fruits of their labor because all they did was ever try to bring conflict to you. Something about what you're doing now. You're doing now what other generations could not do because it was not available for other generations to do it. Not only are you communicating on the World Wide Web, the World Wide Web, but you're also telling everybody everything that happened. You're providing that whole backstory, and you don't give a fuck if it hurts their feelings, if it makes them cry, if they feel ill at ease, if they're embarrassed, if they're ashamed, if they feel like they can't take it, if they feel like they won't be able to make it. You don't give a flying fuck because that's how they felt about you. They didn't give a flying fuck. Now this person wants to think about how can they save themselves? What can they do? Because everybody sees them as who they truly are in their normal nature. Everybody sees that this is a witch. Everybody sees that they did you so dirty, so wrong for so fucking long. You're good, baby. Mommy's just recording. She's looking at me like, girl, are you yelling at me? They're my little good girl. See, like I said, everybody, they played around. They played in your energy. All because they wanted to cause you some type of drama. All because they got their kicks off of seeing you in pain. But it's funny how the tables turn. We can laugh about it today because they're crying about it today. Everything that they did to you, and I mean everything, how they tried to gyp you, how they tried to screw you out of every opportunity, how they lied on you, how they threw grave dirt on your name, how they tried to push you to past the point where you weren't even sure if you even wanted to be here anymore. They are receiving that same hardship. That's why your ancestors stood up for you and said, you just sit here. We got this from here on out. You about to get all your inheritance back. You gonna get your home back. You gonna get this back. You gonna get that back. You gonna get it back and then some. Because they are here to collect every part of that interest as well. This person just didn't like how you were so comfortable being you. They wanted you to appear like them. They wanted you to be more like them. But now, instead of this person having had the conviction, the courage to try and make things right way back then, instead of now, this is why you are being told to leave everything as is. Don't touch nothing. Do absolutely nothing except for what Spirit has guided you to do. You know, throughout all of this, your only objective throughout all of this was to be able to communicate, was to be able to share, was to be able to tell people and show people the inner workings of your heart. Because you expected that if you were able to show them the inner workings of your heart, that they would find peace, that they would be at peace with you, and that they would understand how deeply you love. But this person never, ever wanted anyone to see that about you. Like I said, this person, they even thought that you were too scared to stand up for yourself. Hey, Malcolm. But now, today, they see that's not the truth. Because what they're looking at and what they're hearing today is that you know how to take care of yourself. You know how to stand up for yourself. You know how to fight for yourself. And you are not afraid to do so. You have decided it's best for you to cut this person completely out of your life and disconnect. And now this person wants to work so hard. They want to put in an effort to ask for your forgiveness. This is somebody who felt like they should have some type of privilege that you don't have. Like it should be them, not you. Not that. It should be me. Look at how I look. Look at how I act. Look at I'm the one that should have the privilege. As opposed to this person just humbling themselves and realizing God didn't choose them. God chose you to sit on that throne. Because you know what? This person was too scared and too fucking chicken to deal with you directly. They was going to be too scared to break any type of generational curses. See, this person even tried to create these rumors, these lies about your spirituality or your gifts. They tried to make it seem like you was working for the devil, but that's not how your gifts were working. That's not the blessings that you were receiving. That's not the aid from your ancestors that you were getting. See, this is the type of person that felt like people should look at them, just them, because of look at how many things I got, y'all. I got this, I got that, I got this, I got that. So I've got to be a great person with their fake ass personalities. They even made promises to other people that they could not even keep. They had no intention of keeping these promises. This is somebody who was one of the devil's best soldiers. This is somebody who was so vain, thinking that they deserved the spots that you were handpicked for. Hi, Letitia. What's the message, Spirit? Let me go put her out, y'all. Go. Let's go outside. Go on. For a minute, she was looking at me like that. Am I in trouble? What's the message, Spirit? Hello, revelation of God's. Hello. Hey, Touche. How are you this morning? Like I said, you're on your purpose. You are living the life. You're doing what God wants you to do, what you've been set here to do. And you know what? Like I said, all these generations before, they weren't able to do it because it's like they would get to a certain point where they may separate themselves, but it was such taboo, because what happens in this house stays in this house. They were still, worried about what other people thought. But you know what? You grew out of that because it's like, guess what? These people are thinking the wrong thing anyway, so why not just go for the motherfucking gusto? Instead of sitting here worrying about some bullshit that wasn't going to clear up until you took a step to clear it up, you put your foot down. That's the only time it was going to clear up. Hey, Lightworker William. Like I said, somebody had the audacity to think that because they looked a certain way or they were a certain type of person or whatever, that they were the ones that should be sitting on the throne. They didn't want you to be the privileged person that you are to sit on that throne, but God chose you. Hey, Create. Hi, Tracy. God did not choose this dark demon. God did not choose someone who don't even know why they're even here. All they know is they wanted to try and do you dirty. This is the same type of person that would throw a rock and hide the hand. They would purposely set out to cause you calamity and chaos, confusion, a cacophony, and sit back and laugh at your fucking pain. When you only brought to them peace and love. This is somebody who thought that their looks would get them somewhere. It did. On that fast track to hell. Hi, Lucky Libra. Hey, Queen Duchess. How are you? We have 141 in the chat and 68 likes. Could we please get some more likes? I'd appreciate it. What's the message, Spirit? Thank you. You know, it was somebody just never grew the fuck up. That was it. They just never grew up. And now they're seeing that everything that they did, all those situations that they created, they can't even touch them. They can't clear it up because God is not letting them alter nothing, change nothing, move nothing, hide nothing. It is as it is. God said, I'm going to leave it all just like this for everyone to see your works. So everyone can understand what not to do. What's the message? This is why God said for you to do nothing. Don't change nothing. Don't accept nothing. Don't even say anything. And this wise guy and the crew, everybody that would sit back and they would watch this person do something. Like I said, you was at a party or you was somewhere and somebody said, hey, psst, come here. I'm gonna do this. What I want you to do is go do this. Go over there and see if you can get this person. Say, get this person and do this and do that. God said, I remember that. That's whenever God said, all right, you on your last days. All because you felt so comfortable being in the skin that you're in. All because somebody else wanted to make you appear to be something else. Because they weren't comfortable being in the skin that they are in. Like I said, what this person tried to do, what this bullshit that somebody created, this is the part that really sticks out to the Most High. This is the part that when God said, oh, you have lost your motherfucking mind. Hi, Lisa. Because you were always the one that anybody that needed help, all they had to do was say a word and you was right there. You was Johnny on the spot. You was like, I got you. Don't even worry about it. No. I can readjust my schedule. Oh, I can do that. That's no problem. Well, I actually had something else planned, but I can change it around. That's it. Yeah. No, I don't mind. I understand. It's important for you. Yeah, I can do this. Hey, I'm not really feeling that well, but I'll come and help you anyway. This was you. Always of service. You didn't want anyone to be in need. You didn't want anyone to be without because you knew what it felt like. And this person thought they were so slick that they could cause you all types of hardship and you would never know it was them. You would never know that they was the devil's number one demon. This is the person who was the lead narcissist. This was the lead narcissist. This was the number one demon that was sent to take you out. They had strict instructions. They had orders to work hard to take you out. And time again, you forgave this person. Time and time again, you forgave this person until you had to sit back one day and really open up not just your physical eyes, but your third eye, and finally understand what this person's whole objective was. And it was this time when you finally realized what this person's entire objective was, then you understood that this person was the biggest fucking snake in the motherfucking room. No matter how nice they were to you in front of your face, they was just a snake and trying to snake you behind your back. What's the message, Spirit? Who in their right fucking mind is going to bring some drama to an earth angel and think they're going to get away with the shit? That's how you know this person was never in their right mind. That they had issues that they hadn't dealt with because they was too scared. That they had issues that they needed to really look at themselves and feel like, and really feel themselves out as to why am I doing this dark bullshit that I would not appreciate being done to me. Now this person has a nerve to feel haunted by some shit that they did. And they had the nerve to be dismayed and shocked that you was even smart enough to know who was doing what. Like you was just so dipsy. Oh, is that a butterfly? Oh, look at the butterfly. You know. You just stayed in your lane. You stayed to yourself. You wanted peace and you wanted everyone to experience love. Mostly you wanted yourself to be able to experience love. Because that's what you had not ever experienced before. Not by these people. And it makes sense because they didn't love themselves. So how could they possibly love you? And because you refuse to be on the demonic side and on that demon time and be a flying monkey to a fucking narcissist, they pinpointed you. What's the message, Spirit? Hey, Angelina, how are you this morning? Hola, Marcia. I love you more. Te amo. What's the message, Spirit? You were the first one to finally just walk away. Not just separate yourself, but to walk away and educate people. You were able to educate people. The first one in all the bloodline to educate a crowd, a group of people about these narcissists. How they're only worried about how they look themselves, what they got going on. Forget you. And now this narcissist is upset because everybody's looking at him, as they should. Now it's somebody's objective that they want to try and change. Now they want to appear like that they want to appear like they've changed. They want to act like they're more laid back, and hey, I don't care that they did all this. Oh, it didn't bother me. They could act how they want. They could do what they want to do. But see, this is the same person that not too long ago, when you was doing what you wanted to do, when you was doing what you felt like you needed to do, just so that you could have some peace in your life, just so that you can try and forget all the abuse, then this is the same one who was bringing conflict to you, talking about, look what this person is doing. I told you that they ain't wholesome. I told you they ain't no earth angel. I told you they ain't this. I told you they ain't that. But it was because of the fruits of your own labor. Everybody could see that you were in your north node because of how you actually treated people and not talked about people, not belittled anybody, not kicked anybody when they was down. They wanted people to turn their back and to ignore you whenever you started showing everybody, like no longer hiding your gifts. When they started coming up and they started coming out, this is when this motherfucker got scared, because this is whenever you started prophesying and this person was like, oh, hold up. Let me take the light off of me. Oh, hey, John, hey, Susie, hey, Helen, hey, Roger. That's the devil. That's the devil. That's only the devil that could do that. Because they was worried about how they looked. They was worried about what people was going to say. Hello, Wingseer. How are you? Like I said, somebody even promised somebody the riches and the gold and the glory, and I'm going to give you the house. I'm going to give you this. I'm going to give you this car. I'm going to do this. But all you got to do is you got to dog this earth angel. You got to lie. You got to back up my lie. Back up what I'm saying. If you want this shit, this little shit that's going to rust out, this shit that ain't even real gold, this shit that's going to slip through the cracks of your hands because I'm making these false promises, you got to back me up. Somebody tried hard to create a situation with lying-ass communication, because they didn't want anyone to know the true backstory. They didn't want nobody to do any exploring to find out what the fuck was really going on. And what was really going on that nobody else could see. You was the scapegoat. You was the black sheep. Hey, Sarah. That's what was really going on. That they didn't want anyone to see. They didn't want nobody to figure this out. They didn't want nobody to even visit you. Because if they visited you, then they would remember a certain time that this person did this to them too. They didn't want nobody to have those recollections. They didn't want this message to get out that, wait a minute. That's not really how it happened. Now I'm remembering. They did not want you to be able to reclaim your inheritance. But God said, oh, it's time. It is time. You did everything perfectly like I asked you to. When I said stand down, don't do anything, you was perfect. You let me handle everything. God said, this person is not even going to see this coming. They ain't going to see nothing coming, just like you didn't. I hope they like surprises. I hope they like surprises. Just like they wanted to surprise you. Hey, Marcin. Hi, Marcinda. How are you? Bottom of the deck. Oh, it's all coming down. They can't stop it if they wanted to. It's like that. Well, wait, where you going? The game is just getting started. It was your turn. Now it's our turn. So where you going? This Queen of Wands could be a Leo. She could be first. Or else if it's not a Leo, this Queen of Wands is going to have to gather her strength. She could be first. Because everybody is going to see how this person was given a gift. A gift from God. And how somebody squandered it. Now they are getting their just due. As you give, you shall receive. Someone was trying to make something seem like, oh, no. This is not it. They was trying to invest their time and trying to pull the wool over somebody else's eyes and making it seem like the reason that this is going this way is because of this and because of that. But everybody sees that's not the truth. That was a fucking lie. This King of Coins. Now somebody wants to apologize. They want to bring you a little gifty to make up for all the shifty that they tried to do to you. Not knowing that you was an angel. Here to help them. Here to help them on their way. This King of Cups, somebody who jumped on the bandwagon, now they feel like a big ass foolish fool. Because they're realizing now that, you know what? You was always in your divinity. That you was handpicked by God. You was here for them. But what did they do? Instead of them believing in you and trusting in you and supporting you and having your back and sitting 10 toes down with you, they tried to put 10 swords in your back. They too lied on you. They too wanted to take you out because they was listening to some other motherfucker who was so jealous of you that they chose to put that veil over their eyes. This might be the part that hurts the most. The fact that they have to get it too for no fucking reason, all because they wanted to be a part of some devil-based crew. You protected yourself from all these lies, all this misinformation and disinformation that had been going around for so fucking long. You knew to stay by yourself. You stayed by yourself and you stayed to yourself. You was even able to combat how other people were seeing you. You won this war. You stood up, and just by you doing you, just by you being the good person that you are, trying to do what is right, you were able to combat these lies. How somebody didn't want to hear the truth. Now that person who didn't want to hear the truth, or those people that lied on you, oh, they have dug their own graves, baby. They did this to themselves. And now they want to hope and wish and pray and everything. And somebody may even be drinking a lot, trying to hope that, maybe they will accept this cup of love. Maybe they'll give me this cup of love back. But see, this person is probably drinking a lot because they know how they ganged up on you to lie. And this person is now realizing that those lies was coming right back on them. Everybody's like asking them, well, wait, that was never the truth. Why did you perpetuate the lie? They thought they was going to be able to take something from you. But your spirits had you. Your ancestors had you protected. They couldn't even get close to you. And let me tell you, they tried to attack you time and time and time and time and time again, to the point where it just became too obvious what they were trying to do. And they were trying to be sneaky about it too. They were trying to attack you, take from you, steal from you, because they felt some type of shame because of you. Now everybody understands, and they believe about the abuse. They believe the abuse. They believe and they remember how this King of Wands set this whole thing up. How they had this plan in their head, how they was going to take you down. All because they wanted people to hold back from you. No, that don't give that to, don't give that to them. No, don't give it to them. They wanted you to take yourself out. They wanted you to no longer be here so that you could tell the tale. And now they're hoping that if they come to you, if they apologize to you with whatever that lie is floating out of the cup, that you would be foolish enough to accept it. But they don't even know. They have no idea that the answer is already no. Now they're wondering, why did they even get in the middle of this relationship? Why did they do the things that they did? Why was it that they were so gung-ho to try and, like I said, spread confirmation, lies on your name, about to attack your character? Tell everybody that you had problems. Tell everybody that you was crazy. They out of their damn mind. Don't listen to them. They'll get you sucked up into that, and they'll go on and talk about this and talk about that. Now everybody want to hear you talking about this and talking about that because they know it's the truth. See, they're really afraid to come and talk to you because they know you don't accept no lies. You're not accepting no fucking bullshit. You have your sword drawn. You can come talk if you want to. But let me tell you something. Somebody is prepared to defend themselves because they know how somebody did the most, how they caused conflict, how they got in the middle of what place they did not even fucking belong. Judgment has been called, and you, my dear, are cleared. Spirit said, stand down. I got this shit. I've been waiting to get this shit. All of this back and forth, battling, trying to get you to take yourself out and trying to get people to not believe you, that shit is done. It's a wrap. And these motherfucking goony googles who all work together, because there's 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 of them, however they're many, however, their homes are being attacked. Their stability is under attack. They're in a spiritual battle. They can't see it coming. They don't know where it's coming from, but they know it's coming. This mother who refused to acknowledge you, who refused to give to you, who refused to love you. Everyone is seeing this person for the dark person that they were too. They're trying to figure out what would make a mother feel like they this, they that, like they refuse to love their child. What would make this mother do this? All because this mother wanted you to have this broken heart, like her heart was broke too. And the only reason her heart was broken is because she never worked on herself. She never loved herself. So once again, if she couldn't love herself, why would we think that she would love us? Ever since you walked away, baby, let me let you know, that wheel of fortune has been turning out of their favor and towards you. Everything is going in your favor. The more you put distance between you and that past, the better you will be. There's somebody from your past, somebody that loves you, somebody that has held back from you, and they only held back from you because God kept letting them know, not yet, not now, it's not the time, it's not the time. This, like I said, this person, they held back, but this person is in regret for holding back. They wanted to come forward, and they wanted to place their arms around you. They wanted to give you the love, the support, the respect, the nurturing, the protection that you deserve. But you had to wait until you completed this cycle, until you whooped ass and took all their motherfucking names. And now you did. You get to go safely, because Spirit is removing that negative memory. You found the light within you. You did your hard work. You did your homework. You went within. You dealt with your dark night of the soul. And now everything is changing for you. You talk about a difference a day makes. Your emperor is on his way. There's somebody that's coming in to support you and to give you everything that you never had before on an emotional level. On an emotional level, on a spiritual level. What's the message? Thank you. Something about a plan for Queen of Cups. They're somebody's planning to come in to do something so that you miss this opportunity. They want you to miss this opportunity that you've been waiting for so long. They somebody's going to try and come in and do something to create a diversion. I'm telling you, yeah. So expect some type of call. So expect some type of phone call, some type of message, and it's just to try and trick you. That's all. It's just to try and trick you. They don't want you to receive this. They're already afraid of you, but they know that once you get together with this person, there won't be anything that they can do. They still feel like, oh, as long as you by yourself, they may have a chance. This mother, she don't have a chance for shit. She could be homeless right now. Everything is exploding. She thought that she was getting all this money and doing all this shit. She ain't getting shit because she refused to go within to figure out what it was that she was missing. This King of Wands, oh, they thought that they had everything under control. They find that they ain't got shit under control. Nothing under control. But the plan is for them to be able to come in and change things around so this emperor feels this heartache and doesn't want to be and leaves. They feel like they can sit there and still lie on your name, lie about your character, like how they can just do one more magic trick. And that should be enough to cause this. You don't want that. You don't want that. But see, somebody already knows the truth. Somebody was trying to act like you was just some type of loose, can't turn a hoe into a housewife, that type of thing. But now they all upset. Now they are in their head. Because you know what? You are shining like the star that you are. And these people never, ever, ever thought that you was going to make it. They never thought that you was going to be about it. But honey, let me let you know, you about it. And everything that you didn't speak a lot back then, but you're speaking now. And everything that you said is coming to fruition. This Queen of Wands thought that she was so magical, so powerful, that she could take what it was that she wanted to take. But see, this bitch didn't realize you have been by yourself for so damn long, and you have been building yourself up and doing your own thing for so damn long that she couldn't do nothing. You had everything that you needed. She tried to attack your stability. She tried to bully somebody that loved you. She was trying to bully somebody. All because you are that gift. All because God chose you. All because you are the one who's to sit on that throne. Not them other goofy motherfuckers. They were stopped in their fucking tracks. And then it's like they was like, oh, we getting it now. They were stopped in their tracks. So they don't get that fucking wish fulfillment. What's the message? What's the message? I don't know why I still feel like, so I'm still seeing somebody at a party and somebody saying, hey, come here, come here. What I want you to do me a favor. I'm trying to see you. And see, this is a slick motherfucker. Like I said, this was the devil's #1 soldier right here. I'm trying to figure out if that's the right person for them. So I want you to go on over there and flirt with them. Give them the old eye and everything. Entice them behind their back. See if they gonna be with them or what. Mm-hmm. But they know whatever they did is coming back on them. They can't stop that shit. They cannot stop it. What you do in the dark definitely comes out in the light. And it's daylight. It's morning, baby. And be careful what you do, because when you finally wake the fuck up in the morning, you're going to be so upset. Like, what the fuck was I thinking? What the fuck did I do that old fucked up shit for? Because all I did was fuck myself. They fucked themselves out their own inheritance. What's the message? Even the person that was quote unquote with you, after that shit was done, they received something instantly. They received some karma that they still are not able to get past. But you know what? This person was so dumb. Not only did they fall for the bullshit, but they still can't figure out how why they like that. I'm seeing this person like trying to be on their knees. As soon as they get out the bed in the morning, they drop to their knees and they praying, dear God, I don't know what I did. Oh, please forgive me, this and that and the other. And God is like, you're going to sit here until you figure this shit out. When you figure this shit out, you will say it out loud. When you say it out loud, then I'm going to know that you know. But see, this motherfucker thought that they were so fucking slick too. They did their whole slew of shit. This is why God is holding them accountable and responsible, because they didn't do it. They did all this shit to everybody else, but the shit that they did to you specifically, this is why they're getting it. Because the shit has been, everybody sees, everybody knows that justice is being had, and everybody understands who you are now, that you got gifts. And they attacked you. They tried to get in the middle of this shit. This is something that your family, like I said, they didn't think that you would even notice, that you would even remember this shit. They didn't think you remember that shit. How they was trying to get in the middle of this relationship. This person, they want to come and they want to apologize. And they praying to God that you accept their apology. Because they know they did it to somebody that has a pure heart. But until they express out loud to God what they did and who they fell for, they get nothing. they gets absolutely, positively not one thing. The truth is out. There's no shadows. There's nothing that they can hide. There's nothing that they can play off. There's absolutely nothing. What goes on in the dark is always going to come to the light. They just didn't know that you could see them in the dark. This Queen of Wands is all in their feelings, regretting every part of it. Because this is something that this person had been doing for a long time. Moon magic. And they didn't think that, they look at you like, oh, they're so dumb. You're just so kind. You're dumb. Don't take kindness for weakness. They misjudged you. They thought you didn't know. They thought you didn't see. Not only did you see, but you had that protection around you. Spirit was already placing this level of protection around you for you to be able to fight against what you could not actually see, but you surely could feel. You even close this chapter with this person. You put this behind you, and you've gone on. You have gone on. But like I said, everything that you did, that person, they're still getting what's due to them. Things are still coming in. And this person feels like a fool because they fell for it. They fell for the banana and the tailpipe bullshit. And they are so upset. I'm telling you, they drop to their knees every morning and they ask God, please let this be the last day I got to go through this bullshit. And God said, oh, look at you. Oh, Tink Tink. Come here, little Tink Tink. Rubbing Tink Tink's little head. Oh, Tink Tink. Get the fuck away from me until you figure it out what the fuck you've done. You get nothing until you understand everything that you've done to my baby, my little boo. Because see, you left her to have to heal by herself and to go on to calmer waters by herself and didn't care. You were set up by the devil and didn't give a shit. I'm telling you, somebody's house is under attack. Somebody, they money is under attack. Everything is under attack, especially their money right now. They trying to hold it together. And they know what the fuck is what it is. They know what the fuck it is. But see, this person is still too scared to express it, to announce it, to say it. Because they know if they say it, that's going to prove to themselves that they was nothing but a fucking dog. They know that they did you wrong. They did you so dirty. And this mother was something about this mother and a King of Cups. This mother could have been getting in the middle of a relationship too. You know, trying to entice somebody, trying to make something seem so innocent. Oh, they'll never know. You can just come on over here. You know, we can just do whatever. They'll never know. Trust me. They'll never know. All because somebody was in their egotistical. They was a bully. They wanted what they wanted. I want what I want when I want it. I don't give a shit who I hurt. Well, they should have, because they fucking hurt you. But you knew the truth. You used your discernment to know what the fuck that just happened and why the fuck that happened. But that shit is come back to bite somebody, especially whenever they found out that you was always protected. They was never going to be able to hurt you. Now this person is sitting here thinking about everything that they did against you in the past, and they figuring out, wait, my money is suffering. They had to kind of put two and two and two and two and two and two together, two and two and two and two and two and two to get 12, to understand how wrong they did you. Now somebody they feeling over, burdened, stressed. This is too much to bear. But see, it wasn't too much to bear when they was lying on you and then trying to sit back and watch how that affected you. That was not too much to bear then. To this family, this entire family did not believe that you was a gift given to them by God. And that's where they fucked up. You was that gift. And they lied on you. They cut you out. They did you so wrong because they didn't want you to see yourself as the star that you are. They didn't want you to have that loving feeling. They didn't want your self-esteem to be up to the point where you could ascend, because they didn't want you to be higher than them. But now it don't matter. Everything is turning in your favor. Karma is already driving down the street. Karma is on their block. She pulling up in the driveway. She about to turn her car off because she here to make sure that these greasy, grimy, dirty, bastard motherfuckers give you everything that's yours. Everything. Even your ancestors is around you, but you getting your inheritance back. Everybody now is waking the fuck up, and they realizing they can't stop you if they wanted to. Now they're trying to see how they can plan to get back good with you. Oh, can we do a kumbaya? Can we let's do a group hug. Group hug, come on. But see, even this emperor, something about somebody had to hold back. Somebody, they can't move towards you. This could be the head of this whole family, the number one on the devil's side, the number one soldier. There's somebody who was trying to control you. Now they understand they cannot even fucking control you or nothing that you do. That shit is done. That shit is over. Especially whenever you walked away. When you walked away, Everything came out. Everybody sees who you are. Everybody is calling you. That's an earth angel. Confirmation. That's an earth angel. People want to just touch you. People want to be around you. People want you to they want to talk to you. They want to hear what you have to say. They want to hear they want to read what you have to write. Because they know that these people struck out to get you for no fucking reason, because they were jealous, because they were envious, because they didn't feel good about themselves. What's the message, Spirit? What you told these people, what you told this group, whatever it was on point. It was on point. And they regrets trying to push you out, coming up against you, trying to get in the middle of anything. They regret it because they know everything that you're saying is on point. They can't fuck with you. They cannot fuck with you. You had to protect yourself from when they was trying to fuck with your relationship. You had to let that go and complete that cycle and move on. And whenever you did, everything that they wanted for you was starting to come in for them. All because they had all this ego. All because they wanted to see you hurt. All because they was only interested in seeing themselves shine. And now that whole them thinking, oh, I'm gonna get this. Now that wish fulfillment that they had, they don't want this no more. See, they wanted you to be the one that couldn't take it anymore, that was down. It was like, oh my God, I can't do this anymore. They wanted that to be you, but only to find out that's them. And God said, I don't want to hear you crying. I don't want to hear you crying. Because every time I sat there and told you, you better stop digging that grave. You better stop digging. You better put that shovel down. Some hard-headed, knuckle-headed motherfucker was like, I'm going to continue to dig this grave. I'm going to dig this motherfucker. Well, now you in the grave that you dug. Now you acting like, oh, I can't get out. I don't know what to happen. You fell in it, motherfucker. That's what the fuck happened. You fell in your own, and they just didn't dig no 6-foot grave. They didn't want you to be able to climb out, to jump out, to be able to have somebody put a rope down and pull you out. No, they wanted to go 10 feet or more. They wanted to go straight to the earth's core. They wanted you to, if you went down any further, you'd be burning in hell. Only to find out that they did this shit to themselves. Now they worried about all this shit that they was doing to you. I don't know why. I don't know why. Hey, things like a lion. How are you? Did you say that? Truman Show on steroids. Angelina said, my sci-fi horror comedy life. Right. Mm-hmm. You won. You was always going to be the winner. You was always going to be the winner because God always chose you. You was the chosen one. You know? And this is something that they couldn't handle. You know, this father This is the one who was trying to really start off attacking you. They couldn't handle you was the chosen one because they wanted to be chosen. Well, they had to go within and they had to do the hard work, but they was afraid of doing the hard work. So they said that instead of them doing the hard work, they'll just make it see that you can't see who you are. They'll just put obstacles in front of you so you don't know who the fuck you are. Now this person has experienced so much calamity in their life. Hi, Anthony. How are you? That they don't know what to do. All because they thought that they could get at you. You could try. You could try. But you was always protected. Even whenever they didn't give equally to you, you was able to give to yourself. You went within and you mothered or you fathered yourself. You gave yourself what somebody else refused to give to you. Because they couldn't see, they didn't want to accept that you was the gift that was here to help them. That's the whole part. You was here to help them, and they tried to come up against you, all because you told the truth and you left it alone. You left it alone. You knew what they was trying to do. Under the moon. You know, last night I believe was a full moon. You saw whatever they was trying to do then too. They even accused you of having like voodoo dolls. You don't have that shit. They accused you of placing their names in jars. You ain't do all that shit. They accused you of burying something up of theirs underneath water. You didn't do all that shit. You didn't feel the need to. You was just too busy trying to love everybody so that everybody could feel love, because you understood that's what your purpose is here, to love. What's the message? Anything else from this there? But you're getting out everything. You're getting it all back with interest. And ain't nothing they can do. Ain't nothing they can do. Because the truth is out. You're not holding back. And they can't do anything to get at you to try and stop you. They know this. And they hate the fact that you're independent. You don't need them. That you're not sitting here crying, wanting to be with them. They hate that. You know, this father hates that he was the number one plan. He was the one who planned it all, because he hates that he was the one who was working straight for the fucking devil. And now somebody feels like a fool because they know they're getting their just due. Justice is here. Like I said, karma is on the block, and karma is bringing it all out. Karma's like, oh, you didn't think I saw that? I saw that. I saw it all. You can't hide nothing. You can't hide nothing. Absolutely nothing. You already released these karmic partners. Like I said, karma, she on the street. She pulling up in the driveway. Look like she got a new car. She about to ring the doorbell. And she got her luggage. That means she ain't going nowhere. Not for a while. Your power is growing. This is why you are drama free. Somebody may have a Y or a Z in their first, middle, last name. And that motherfucker, now they want to push the panic button. It's too late. It's too late for that. Somebody then tried to get with their pedophile adult boyfriend. Something about somebody's solar plexus chakra is closed. They had no confidence within themselves. They felt like if they didn't feel good about themselves, they didn't want you to feel good about yourself either. They didn't want you to have any courage. They didn't want you to have any confidence. They didn't want your money to be right or nothing. Yeah. And now they're afraid because they feel like the block is hot, like they need to hide. Karma said, you can run, baby. You can even hide all you want. You can move if you need to, because I'm always going to have your address. Karma, don't ever forget an address. This is somebody who had, or could it be the society that had some type of sex addiction? Confirmation. See, they didn't realize that you God's child. Out of all the souls, out of all them souls, God chose you to stand in your divinity. God chose you because you was never superficial. And you always listen to the truth. Something about somebody's first house of self. They needed to look at themselves. They needed to get their healing steps in. They needed to do their homework. Homework. Work on self. But see, they didn't want to work on self. So they tried to work on the outside. They thought that they were saving souls as long as they didn't look at themselves, but they could tell somebody else what they needed to know about themselves. No. Do your homework first. And that's it. You can teach a man, you can feed it, you can give a man a fish for a day. He's going to eat for that day, but you teach him to fish and he's going to eat for the rest of his life. Somebody needed to learn how to fucking fish. This person is now obsessed with you because everything that you said started playing out. They hate that shit. And now you have no fucking ties with these goony Google motherfuckers. They don't know how to get down, so they definitely cannot wear that crown because that crown was fit specifically for you. Their head is too fucking big. Telling you, somebody is obsessed with you, boo. They are obsessed with you. They can't get you out of their mind. You living rent free. And all they have now are the memories of how they chose to treat you. Your grandparents, your past over grandparents are watching over you 24/7 and they saying, I wish a motherfucker would. What's the message, Spirit? Somebody was chasing clout. Yeah. Karma said, "What? Hey, wait. Come on back in here. Come on back in. Where you going? Where you going, boo? Because the game is just getting started. You had your turn for all them years. Now it's karma time. You had to have faith that your positive energy was going to get you through. And this fucking Jezebel and this fucking player, they getting theirs. They getting theirs today, tomorrow, next week, next year, next decade. They getting theirs. And you are about to receive an encouraging message. And you had to return this shit to them times 10. Just know that you are covered by God because you chose God. They chose the devil. You chose God. That's the difference. That therein lies the fucking difference. And they wanted an ending for you. You overcame all of those obstacles with your inner fortitude and strength. You overcame all that shit. What else, Spirit? What else? What else, Spirit? Hi, We Chosen. How are you? How are you? They feel so fucking stupid right now. Hey, K Hypey, how are you? Enjoy work and happy Friday. They feel so fucking stupid. And they upset that you said everything, but they didn't call you no liar. Because you ain't lying. See, this person, they made an impulsive move. Something about using that sacred chakra. Somebody made an impulsive move. And this person, they paying for it to this day. We're going to choose one more. What else, Spirit? Then we're getting ready to wrap it. Shut it down. Yes. Something about these childhood memories. They remember, they having their remembering their childhood. And how they never had to take accountability or responsibility for their own actions. You know, this person was always childish. They never wanted to take accountability or responsibility for their own actions. They always played victim. But not today, boo. Not today. God said, I'm about to step on them. And that's it. They getting stepped the fuck on. Just like they tried to step on you. They should have thought long. Because they surely making an impulsive move. They surely thought wrong. All right, y'all. Today is Friday. I think I'm going to have enough strength, hopefully, to come back this evening. But I don't get off until 7 p.m. my time, which is Mountain Standard Time. I love you all. I hope to see you all this evening. If not this evening, then definitely tomorrow morning. Thank you so very much, everybody. And I want you all to have a wonderful day. I love you all. Bye now.